Next, we're going to take a look at angles. First of all, an angle is two rays that share a common endpoint. So here is a ray. The other ray shares a common endpoint. This is an angle. Now, the common endpoint then gets a special name. This is the vertex. Vertex is intersection of two line segments, or rays in this case, okay? So a vertex is the elbow, so to speak. If you think of your arm as an angle, that's the vertex. Let's go through some special naming of angles. I'm going to start at the smallest. If you had a 0-degree angle, because angles are measured in degrees if you remember, first of all, it would be one ray on top of the other, which you can't really form an angle with that. This picture is just a ray, an endpoint with continuous infinite that way. So now we start talking about numbers, values. If I have an angle that is less than 90, but larger than 0, this is an acute angle. A lot of times you can take the A in acute, make the A with your hand, and that's an acute angle. Next, right angle is equal to 90. That we're probably mostly familiar with. This is a right angle. Next, obtuse, larger than 90, but less than 180. This is obtuse. The last angle we'll talk about is a straight angle, equal to 180. So take a look at what you have. You have your extremes. You have a 90, you have a 180. So those become important numbers in geometry. This is my right angle, this is my straight angle. An acute angle, smaller than a right angle. An obtuse is between a right angle and a straight angle. So these are my 4 types of angles that we're going to talk with. The ray, that was kind of extra, just to see if we knew that it was a ray, not really an angle. Next piece we have to take a look at is how to name an angle. It's fine when you have one angle, you can say that angle right there that I'm talking about. But when you start combining angles together, we have to start naming them. So typically what will happen is you'll get some letters to identify your angle. Now when I go to talk about an angle and name it, this is how it goes. You'll need a vertex, you'll need a labeled vertex, you'll need a labeled point on one ray, you'll need a labeled point on the other ray. So when we name these in order. The vertex is always in the middle. So I pick one ray, the vertex, and another ray. So I'm going to say angle A, B, C. A, B is my vertex, C. How do I show that it's an angle? I put a little acute angle symbol in front. This is angle ABC. Like lines, I can reverse the naming of it. This also could be called angle CBA. So 2 different ways to name this angle. There still is a third way to name this angle. If the angle is singular by itself, I could name it just by the vertex. This also could be named angle B. The reason is there's no other angle B on this paper. And typically when there's one angle, you can name the vertex and the angle that originates from this. All 3 of these are good. How about this? Angle ACB. What's wrong with this? Why can't I name this angle ACB, angle ACB? Main reason, vertex needs to be in the middle. Is this the vertex of this angle? No, B is. So that's why this would not count. Last part of angles, I'm going to take a look at, I know it's a little faded as you see it, how to measure an angle with a protractor, because you'll come across this. First of all, a protractor will measure from 0 to 180 degrees, 180 degrees being my straight angle. When I go to measure an angle, I take my protractor, slide it on top so that the vertex lines up with the center point of my protractor at the bottom. Now most protractors will have a line, not the edge. Most will have a line raised up and there'll be some kind of mark. There might be a hole, there might be a dash, there might be just a circle imprinted. That's where my vertex needs to go. From there, one of my rays, it does not matter which, but one of them needs to be flat along the 0 line or the 180 line. So when you line up your protractor over your angle, you have to take a look at where does it cross. Well, this one crosses at 2 different numbers. Notice in a protractor, there's a set of numbers on the outside and there's a set of numbers on the inside. The reason is because if you're right-handed or left-handed, you still can use the protractor. So I'm going to highlight these 2 numbers. This number is 40, this number is 140. Too many times students line up their protractor and take the first number they see. Oh, this is an angle of 140. But I would ask you this first. What type of angle is angle ABC? Angle ABC is an acute angle because it is smaller than 90 degrees. So now think about the number that it is touching. Which number do you need excuse me, to identify an acute angle? 140, which is bigger than 90, or 40, which is less than 90. Hopefully when you look at this, you say that it's the angle 40. Now, technically, when I write this, I cannot say angle ABC equals 40. The measurement of angle ABC is equal to 40. So what you'll see is a little lowercase m in front of the angle symbol. So what this now reads is measurement of angle ABC is equal to 40 degrees. So set up your protractor. First identify what kind of angle it is. In your head you should know about what it is. You know straight up and down a perpendicular is a 90. Less than that's acute. Okay? So identify what type of angle it is first before you start pulling the numbers off of this. Because again, no matter where your angle is, it's going to be covering 2 different numbers.